Where do we really belong?
White supremacists don't believe we belong next to them working in jobs that make money like they can. Back, I think, in the 70s, he was sued for racist policies in real estate and would not rent to people of color.
From basic psychology, we can understand these things. Okay. What I'm trying to say here is that why they are removing the DEI or scrapping it or whatever is the case that the administration is making, what are they replacing it with? What is the alternative to that now? What is going to happen to those people? What are they saying is going to happen to those people or that provision?
I don't think they care what happens to us. I think the intent was to remove the immigrants, the people who were, you know, picking the fruit, who were doing what he called the black jobs. He mentioned that while he wasn't running for president, was that the immigrants are taking the black jobs. So if they were to deport all the immigrants, then that would put the black people back in the fields where we belong.
Where do we really belong? What do you mean by that?
White supremacists don't believe we belong next to them working in jobs that make money like they can. Their intent is to keep us marginalized and keep us broke and poor so that we can't get educated and be telling them what to do. They can't, a lot of them cannot work with people of color just because we have color in our skin.
All right. So you are accusing the president of the United States of being a racist or something like that. That is a pretty high, a tall claim, if I were to put it like that, allegedly. What evidence do you have to show for that? Based on, because I repeat again, I am not in the United States. I'm not able to see everything that is going on ground there. So you know what is happening there. He's your president. Is it based on this particular act, this particular behavior that you are regarding him as a racist, or are there other behavior that they have exhibited in the course of his office that make you to conclude that that is actually who he is? Can you expand on that more?
History. History. Back, I think, in the 70s, he was sued for racist policies in real estate and would not rent to people of color. They had a process, and he was charged with, matter of fact, he lost that case for discriminating against people of color and would not rent to them in his real estate, in any of his apartment buildings or businesses. There was the other case where the Central Park Five, there was a group of black teenagers and a couple, I think there were some Hispanic teenagers as well, that were charged with a crime that they did not do. And in the process, he literally wrote a full page ad in the New York Times asking for their execution. He has a history of racism, so it's not like this is something he started recently. His cabinet has no one of color. His he attacked Barack Obama for something that wasn't true and took his political rise on the birther story.
So someone is fair to say, therefore, I remember, for example, during his first tenure, before it was terminated, and of course now he come back again. I don't remember who was saying it, that one of the ambition of Donald Trump is to undo the legacy of Obama. In the sense that he actually want to erase that from history, which of course is pretty difficult to do because that is a 4 years of experience. You just cannot do that. It is impossible for you. Of course, they have a way of manipulating the result and all of that. So Is it fair to say that he's actually there for one of those motives to actually erase those legacy and to punish people for this? And it appeared that he's doing it openly, and he said this is what he's going to do, and he's actually doing it. Is it fair to say that, or is there something that we are not understanding?
The racist past of America is not past. It's not past. So when people say, oh, we elected Donald Trump for the price of eggs, no, they elected Donald Trump for his raw and open racism. The white supremacy is the model. Remove the immigrants, put the black people back in their places, and we can maintain our white supremacist structure. That's the plan.
All right. In the United States, is it lawful? Okay, basically, what is law now? Because of course, you have an administration; they can actually amend the law, modify the law to suit what they want to do. Because in a society like the United States, that is plural society, that is plural in terms of the demographic. Of course, many society actually is based of that in today's world, no? In that you don't have one ethnic group in a country, at least in the United States, there's no one ethnic group in the country. There are people from different ethnic background. But we can see that it's a country that is highly terrified by its past. The evil, the torture, the unjust treatment of a certain group of the people. So some people will we hope that there should be an intensive effort to amend this so that we can move on. But from time to time, we see this would be like maybe when you have an injury, you have somebody coming to punch a needle on the wood instead of looking for a way to make sure that the wood heals. Sometimes you have this intention of making sure that the wood is reopened again so that you can see it in the open. I don't understand why this is the situation. Because it's not like the United States, you don't have the resources to be able to heal the wood. Of course, it happened in many other clients, that maybe in a particular situation, a particular ethnic group might have the position to be able to create a lot of havoc. But in time, we should be able to look for a way to heal because we are not perfect. What I don't understand is why is it that there is this intention of going there to punch the wound, going there to punch where it pays. Instead of looking for a way to heal, we look for a way to inflict more pain. That is what I'm not able to understand because now we can see that a lot of people actually voted for Donald Trump, which is a reflection of a large proportion of the United States. So it means we haven't even learned from history. Am I wrong on this?
It wasn't that long ago when he was president and crashed the economy the first time. It wasn't that long ago. Again, it was not the price of eggs. It's the raw white supremacy.
You know what really what really sort of saddened me sometime is that in Africa, for example, a lot of Africans sort of have a different perception of this character, Donald Trump. They believe him to be a savior, sort of.